Ford just performed a massive price cut on the Bronco Raptor. I'll include a link to the Ed Kenley Ford's website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a turbo 3-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 16 on the highway, with power outputs being 418 horsepower and then 442 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now, this version of the Raptor has the blacked out mirror caps. Then you guys can see the raised section in the center of the hood with the Raptor logo. Now, I've got amber daytime running lights and we've got marker lights there in the center of the grille. We've got this upgraded steel bumper with fog lights and recovery points. And you notice everything's blacked out on this version of the Raptor. I will say the black does contrast nicely with the marsh gray. And this is one of the biggest changes for the new Bronco Raptors. They've added different paint options. Our tire wheel setup is 37 by 12.5 by 17. This one has the beadlock capable wheels, and these are the KO2s. We've got these body painted fender flares. Even the venting has been painted to match. And then you've got the rock rails, which also integrate a side step. Most of the back fender flare is painted. Bronco Raptor uses live valve Fox shocks similar to the F-150 Raptor. And then here's your side profile, and with everything painted, it looks a lot better. The hardtop's painted black to match the mirror caps, for those of you that are wondering. When it comes to key fob features, we have our lock and unlock remote start. We've got the Bronco logo there in the back. And let's pop inside. You've got hydraulic assist. We've got lighting inside, a 12 volt, and then the cage is actually painted black, which is very unique looking. And if you look up top, you notice lots of reinforcement here in the Bronco Raptor. Now you get unique taillights with the Bronco Raptor. Then you get your 3 marker lights above the spare tire, and you do have a full-size spare here on the back. And then we've got more recovery points. You guys can see the solid rear axle on the rear differential there in the back too. Yeah, this looks so much better with everything painted. Let me know your thoughts though. Let's now pop inside. Nice soft touch trim here on the door panel. You got the netting down below. It's cool with the headrest, and this one has the upgraded leather trimmed seats. Legroom here in the back's good. We have a little storage net right there. The windows in the back are automatic. We got vents in the rear too. And then headroom back here is really good because of the boxy design. Keyless entry for up front. More soft touch on the door panel. You can see the netting down below. Now the mirrors contain the marker lights for the front and the rear, the 4th and 5th. Anyways, blind spot monitoring too. 992 pounds of payload capacity, and this weighs about 5,900 pounds. Start her up. Got the Raptor style steering wheel with the marker there at the top. This one has the carbon fiber inserts. You've got practical controls for the center, adjustments for the exhaust and the suspension, the custom driving mode, your steering adjustment, and that's for the adaptive cruise control paddle shifters there in the back. Full digital gauge cluster. When you go through the different GOAT modes, it'll display it here. There's modes for both on-road, off-road use. There's modes for crawling, sporty driving, towing. It's got it all. Speaking of it's got it all, we got a stabilizer bar disconnect, diff locks front and rear, trail turn assist, and stability control. This also comes with a 360 camera system, good resolution, big screen too. Speaking of that big screen, shortcut bar here at the bottom of the screen. We also have the auxiliary tab right there. Everything is pretty quick to respond. They do, however, still give you physical buttons for the dual zone climate controls. You got heated and ventilated seats, as well as a heated steering wheel too. A couple of USB ports there, and then I like how the Bronco logo looks like the Raptor front end. Got nice carbon fiber trim here in the shifter, some cup holders right next to it, and then we've got our whole GOAT mode select. So you twist to go through the different drive modes, and then you press in for the drive line select. This does have a part-time four-wheel drive system, but it also comes with 4-wheel auto, and then you've got your trail control. For window controls here in the center, mirror adjustments, and then the center console, pretty similar to a Wrangler in terms of sizing, has the Raptor logo there on the top. The Bronco logo on the dash, and then this does come with 6 auxiliary switches, and then we do have the top insulation too. There's of course quite a bit of glare, so it's gonna be hard to see, but this is a fully loaded Bronco Raptor. This was $103,000 before Ford updated the MSRP. The MSRP is now $93,375. So if you get this without the blacked out package and without the leather interior, then that means that you're $83,000. Let's see how it performs. Bronco Raptor. Actually, we're gonna scoot this up a little bit. Okay, this should still be a good view for you guys. Hopefully. I owned one of these for like 6 months or something. It's funny, I waited like 2 years and then I owned it for 6 months. I guess I'll just get that out of the way right off the bat, why we sold it. It kept having electrical issues off-road. Now apparently Ford's fixed all of that, so that's good. And then, no, it didn't, ours was an older version, so no rear vents in the back. So with our kids, that wasn't really gonna work out for trips, we discovered, because it just got too hot back there for little kids. And then it was super just unsteady over rough terrain. We thought it was going to be better because it's Raptor, and I tested one out off-road before I bought one, of course. I had one as a press car, and it's did really well at middle speed, but I wasn't able to test it at like super high speed, and I finally was able to when I bought one, and it's just not all that stable at the really high speeds. So it's kind of surprising because it's a Raptor. But I will say, every time I drive one of these, it's so much fun. I really want to drive one of these with a tune. Same thing with the Ranger Raptor, to see how those feel with the extra power. But even without the tune, this thing is very quick for an off-roader. Still need to have a V8 though. I don't know why Ford's sleeping on that. We need to have a Bronco Raptor R. That thing, man, I would sell probably like at least one of my kidneys to make that work. That's worth it. That's worth a kidney. Supercharged V8 and something like this. Again, even though it'd probably be pretty unstable off-road, I don't care. It'd be fun. The seats are comfortable. That's one of the things that Ford, I think, does really a really good job with, is their seats. These are a little bit firmer compared to like the baseline Bronco seats, and the base seats in the Bronco Raptor are actually a little bit more comfortable than these. But these are supposed to hold you in place a little bit better, kind of supposed to do better with that whole setup. I'm sorry, I thought we were going to be getting more driving, and I didn't realize that I was going to hit like the world's longest traffic light, but I promise we'll get on the interstate. And during this century, hopefully. Come on, this has to go green. Why is this traffic light so long? You can like hear every, I don't even have I have the exhaust set to normal mode. You can hear everything in this. So one thing about these convertible SUVs is, you know, they've thickened the glass and everything on these to kind of help out sound deadening, but it's still not the best. This is such a big vehicle. Handles well though. Yeah, for having 37s, it actually handles really well. Now here's the problem with the Bronco Raptor. Wind noise. Now the Wrangler has the same problem, but it's like a dual problem, because I can hear the engine, I can hear the tires, and then I got the wind noise. So it's like I have three different sources of pretty loud noise. Man, I'm going fast. Jeez. Anyways, three sources of pretty loud noise. And so it definitely, yeah, it definitely makes it so that it's not like the most daily drivable. Like I feel like I have to shout for you guys to still hear me on the highway. So it's doable, but definitely not preferable, especially like a long road trip. You'd kind of get sick of it, I think. I'd get sick of it. If it was just like my Ineos Grenadier is a good example. That has a little bit of wind noise, but like it's mostly you get road noise. And so just having road noise and then the engine on that, you can hear it, but it's not as loud as this. Just having road noise makes it so it's like, yeah, I can deal with that. But yeah, when you have all three, man, it's just again, I don't think it's a deal breaker per se, but it's not what I'd go for personally. But yeah, the Bronco Raptor, I think that this is still expensive for being a Bronco, that's for sure. However, this makes a lot more sense, because this now means that you can get a 80,000, the base MSRP is 79,000 now. So that plus destination, you're just over 80,000. So you can now get an $80,000 Bronco Raptor, brand new, full factory warranty. Again, I still think it's a bit expensive for a Bronco, but that's not bad for the rest of the market. I mean, the Jeep is still wanting, you know, over $100,000 for those V8 Wranglers. So this being over $10,000 less than the Wrangler, I mean, they're direct competitors to a lot of people. I'd say they're direct competitors. So let me know your thoughts on the price change. I think that it's definitely a huge step in the, I mean, it's $10,000 price shift. That's a huge step in the right direction. There might have to be a bit more correction, but I mean, we'll see. Like if people start buying these left and right, then hey, maybe it's the right price. Let me know your thoughts.